we don't get to talk too much baseball in the wintertime, but some news happening from Stockton University. They've hired their first full-time baseball coach, Dave Lorber, former assistant at George Washington University. We're going to check in with him and see what his plans are for the Ospreys. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Hey, pretty good, man.
Great. Appreciate you having me on so early.
No problem, man. Just got the news, I think it was yesterday, that you got hired, so congrats on that.
Thanks. It's been a whirlwind of a week. I got to figure out how to pack up my life in about 10 days and get up to New Jersey. So excited to do it, but we'll make it happen somehow.
Coach, before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping to do here. What was your Little League jersey number, and who was it in honor of?
So I was actually a big Bernie Williams fan, even though I wore the number 12. I don't know how 12 came about. It was the jersey number I've worn all through my career, but
well, they probably didn't have 51 for 12-year-olds back then, right?
I don't know if I could count that high back then, but yeah. So but that's who I emulated as a hitter and as a player. His style, his hustle, his determination, his grit really stood out to me as a young kid. But 12 always reigned supreme on my back.
Showing my age a little bit here, but mine was number 5 for George Brett.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
and then I wore number
from the pine tar.
And then I wore number 4 all through high school and college in honor of Lenny Dykstra. Nails.
Fantastic, guys. So you were one of the tougher ball players.
I like to say I was. Yeah, I don't know how many people believe me on that one, but.
That's all right.
I missed one game my entire life, and it was the game after I got nailed in the face in summer league and got a tooth knocked out playing shortstop.
I think that's fair. That's fair, though.
So that's a little bit of toughness there, Coach had to pull me out of that game. I was like, dude, it's just a tooth, man. I'm good. He's like, no, you got to come out. You were unconscious for like 20 seconds.
Yeah, nowadays the concussion protocol, we got to be safe.
You know how, well, back in the 80s, I mean, they didn't drag the field in summertime. It was like, hey, just whatever. It feels all torn up. All caked hard from the sun, and you're like, oh, geez.
Well, I'm glad you're all right now.
Yeah, I'm good. So, favorite World Series memory? Or what was the best World Series finish, I guess, in your estimation? Or memory? Sure.
I'm going to go a little bit selfish here. The best World Series memory was when I was there with Brookdale Community College, with my teammates and some of my best friends. So I'm gonna switch gears and not go MLB, but I'm gonna go New Jersey baseball with Brookdale Community College.
I'm kind of torn between Kirk Gibson and then the Diamondbacks in 2001. That was a great finish too. Yeah.
When Rivera blew the save on that jam shot, right, to Counsell.
Luis Gonzalez.
It was good. Yeah, Gonzalez. That's who it was. And you still remember that picture vividly, that jam shot that kind of changed the game. But, yeah, that was a good one, too.
So you're a Freehold Township native. Were you a Patriot or a Colonial?
I was a Patriot.
Nice.
Grew up in Freehold Township. Yeah, my wife is also from Freehold Township. Although, I make the joke she fell in love with me on the playground of elementary school, but we both were Freehold Township grads, and proud to be back in New Jersey, that's for sure.
Yeah, back home in the Garden State, and tell us how this all came about. You've been at GW for a while now, and working your way up as an assistant. And how'd you hear about the Stockton opening, and what was the interview process like?
Absolutely. So, having a lot of connections through the state of New Jersey, and at GW, we recruited New Jersey quite a bit. Some fantastic ball players have come out of there. I've always had my eye kind of set on getting back home. Not many people get to do what we do, which is impact lives on a daily basis. But to be able to do that in your home state where I grew up, where it shaped me, I've always had my ear to the ground a little bit on what was going on in New Jersey baseball. So when I heard about the Stockton job opening from a few people, I immediately applied, went through the process, had fantastic conversations with John Heck over at Stockton, and then Kevin and the search committee, and just had an overwhelming feeling that Stockton is primed to do some great things. They're growing as a university. They've committed to athletics. And so it was a no-brainer for me when Kevin gave me the call. I wanted to be a part of it and join him doing something great.
Now, how much of this, Coach, was the wife saying, "Hey, get me back to Jersey"?
Not much. My wife's a musical theater performer.
So she probably liked it down there at GW.
Absolutely, she was doing DC theater. She loved it. But the kick of it now, she can go back and start auditioning on Broadway. So I think I sold her on that.
Nice.
Absolutely.
We're talking with Dave Lorber, new head coach for Stockton baseball, and Coach. I don't know if you've had a chance to check out glorydaysonline.com. We just had a story in our latest online edition about 10 Division I signees from the Cape Atlantic League down here in South Jersey. So there's definitely some real baseball talent down here. How much of a priority is that going to be for you to recruit locally and get some of these kids interested in Stockton who can basically, a 10-minute drive from the school?
Absolutely. I read up on that last night, and I was glad that you had Irvin Bogan on there, who's committed to George Washington from Vineland High School right down the road. So I've had my fair share of getting into South Jersey. That's huge for Stockton University. We need to get in there. We need to do our best job recruiting in our backyard and branch out from there. That's going to be a priority of myself and our staff to be at the forefront of recruiting. And we want to make sure that we are invested in every South Jersey baseball player that wants to be a part of our program.
Now, Coach, you're going to start January 7th. How do you expect this year to go? Obviously, that's you're only 3 weeks away from the start of games at that point. How do you handle this transition? Really haven't had time to recruit anybody, so you're going in, basically sight unseen to this program, and it's going to be tough to really get off the ground running with a whole new staff, and you're going to just start learning about these players. What's your philosophy on this first year? What do you want to accomplish in the next 6 months or so?
Absolutely. Our first goal is to set our standards of how we're going to go about our business every day, on and off the field. That's what's going to be important. Our core pillars, we're going to go about that. And then we're going to have fun doing it. I'm going to learn these guys. They're going to learn me. We're going to build that trust together. The results are a process of doing things the right way every single day and growing as a team. The wins will come. I'll never sit there and look about how many wins we have ever, whether we're winning 6 games or 46 games. It's just about doing the right things on a daily basis, consistently getting better. So my job is to get to these guys, let them know I'm going to care about them. We're going to be in this thing together, and all I'm going to do is work hard to get them better every single day and give them a great experience on and off the field. So that's how I'm looking at this year. And then we're going to go to work recruiting, finding talented student athletes that can come in and help us compete for an NJAC title one day.
Now, Coach, I'm sure you're at a point of your career where you want to put down some roots and build up a program and spend 5-10 years somewhere. What did the administration at Stockton ask you about your 5-year plan, your 10-year plan, and what was your response?
Absolutely. And that comes up in the interview process. And my response is simple. I want to build something great in the state of New Jersey. And that means if I'm at Stockton for 5, 10, 25 years, that's fantastic, because I want to do something great to give back to the New Jersey baseball community. So, my goal is to be at Stockton as long as they'll have me and do great things for that university and that baseball program.
Talking with Coach Dave Lorber, new head coach at Stockton baseball. And Coach, pretty nice facilities over there in Galloway. You have the backing of the administration. What do you need from your players this year to get them to buy into what you're selling?
I just need them to trust the process and have fun doing it. That's the biggest thing. You never want baseball to be a game where you feel like it's a chore. So I want to make sure that these guys are having fun doing it every day, doing it the right way. And as long as we handle that, we're going to be in a good place.
Do you have a particular side of the ball you're more I don't want to say familiar with, but your philosophy, obviously at GW, you're one of the best defensive teams in the nation. Is that sort of going to be your MO at Stockton, like, hey, pitching and defense, and then we'll try to build some offense for there? Or is it like, hey, let's try to outscore everybody? What's kind of your baseball philosophy going back to when you were a player?
Absolutely. So baseball, I don't think, has ever changed. And if you look at the numbers of the top 10 teams in the major leagues, couple things stick out. One is fielding percentage, and 2 is pitching numbers. So I truly believe that pitching and defense will win you games over a long period of time. Hitting has its ebbs and flows of a season. It's just natural. We need to be a consistent offense, and when I say that, we mean we need to score runs. So how we do that, we got to figure out a way to do that, whether that's running bases, which is offense, whether that's sacrificing, whether that's hitting doubles in the gap. Every player is different. We have to maximize their abilities. But I will say that pitching and defense will always be a premium in order to win a championship.
Coach, I've always told this to guys I play summer ball with. If you make all the routine plays, we're going to have a chance to win in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th innings. And I think sometimes that gets lost in high school and college baseball is guys always try to make the great play, the running barehanded third baseman throw off balance. You can make that play and make 2 routine errors and give up 3 runs. So, that's always been a big thing for me is if you make all the routine plays, we're going to be in a good ball game.
You better believe that. That's the truth. That's what Johnny Johnson at Brookdale Community College used to say. He goes, I don't care about the big play. You just make every routine ground ball out that you can, and we're going to be we're going to be fine to win a lot of games. And that's the reality of it. If you're making those plays, a great play only happens once a game usually. So as long as we're doing everything to handle the routine play, making sure we're doing those things right, we're going to be, like you said, in the game in the 6th, 7th inning as long as we're pitching, throwing strikes.
Talking with Coach Dave Lorber from Stockton Baseball. And, Coach, real quick before I let you go, you mentioned Brookdale, and I don't know if a lot of people around here in South Jersey understand how good of a program that's been over the last 20, 30 years. Really one of the top junior colleges in the nation, and you're starting to see a little bit of that with Cumberland County College under Coach Gorman recently. They've become one of those really good teams that's now beating teams like Brookdale to get to the Region 19 and the World Series and all that stuff. How much did playing at Brookdale really influence you as a baseball player? I know I grew up in Ocean County, so we always knew Brookdale Community College was really almost better than a lot of Division II and Division III colleges. There was some great ball players come out of there.
Absolutely, and you're right. Coach Gorman's done a great job. Obviously, Gloucester has been a fantastic junior college program over the years. The talent you have in New Jersey in the junior college, it's fantastic, and that's something that we're going to put as a priority to recruit. And Brookdale, for me, it was so influential not only as a player but as a student. Coach Johnny Johnson was one of the best motivators I've ever been around. Without my 2 years there, I don't think I'm coaching today, and I am the person I am today. So I'm excited for what that program has become, and I'm really, really glad to have been a small part of it because you're right. It is fantastic baseball, and it has been able to give so much to guys, whether that's opportunities to move on to Division II, Division III, Division I, or professional level. So it's really, really special place in my heart.
Coach, we're about 2-3 weeks out from Christmas. Might want to put Gorman on your Christmas list. Send him a little gift card to a steakhouse or something. Him and the wife. Keep that pipeline going. They got some good players down there.
I look forward to it. You'll see me out at those games very shortly.
We'll be seeing you around, I'm sure, when you get a chance to some of these high school games. Big Coaches vs. Cancer tournament at Mainland in the spring, so expect to see you out there if you can. I know you got a lot of games yourself, but we'll be talking some baseball for sure next spring, and glad to have you on board. And good luck in your endeavors in Stockton. Appreciate you having on board today.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much for what you guys do.